We believe that every life is precious. Over 200 faces greet us every morning to remind us why. We are the Animal League of Green Valley. With every 4-hour shift, you and around 600 volunteers make saving these lives possible. Over the past few years, an average of over 700 pets were adopted each year, and over half of them were dogs. There are hundreds of reasons why they're mankind's best friend, and our job is to build them up and bring out their best. They come to us at the most vulnerable point in their lives, but when we're careful to do our jobs right, we build friendships with them that prepare them for adoption with their forever family. Dog caregivers, like you, designed this amazing operation from the ground up. This video will teach you how we keep things running smoothly. Faithfully learning these details and guidelines translates to homes for faithful dogs. With every friendly, longing look, with every wag of the tail, they say, "Thank you." Our property is divided into 4 sections: the attic thrift store, dogs, cats, and admin. We reserve the best parking for customers, and we park in the back, in the less desirable distance spots. Over half of our property is devoted to dog care. Centered on the TALGV lobby are our dog wings, featuring 18 kennels, each one with its own outdoor patio. Kennels are numbered east to west. Starting at our northeast entrance, we have kennels E1 through E8, followed by our utility room and pet bathing tub. On the other side of the hall, starting at the door of our caretaker's apartment, we have our attic thrift store, followed by the den, the living room for many of our small dogs. Next, we have our medical room, which serves as our veterinary consultation and surgery area. And finally, on your way out to the lobby, you'll find all our outreach pet food and supplies for assisting struggling pets' families. Through the visitor reception area, you'll find our west wing with kennels W1A through W8. Along the way, you'll find our dog care desk and sign-in area. At the end of the hall, you'll find our restroom, followed by W9, that is often used for puppies but can also be used for quarantine. Across the hall, W10 is another inside overflow room. And finally, the kitchen, which is the heart of our dog care operation, where we prepare food, do laundry, and store frequently used supplies. On the outside, we have another storage room, where we store bedding and dog food, followed by all the west wing patios and safety area. At the back entrance to the lobby, we have a large patio area where we typically gather for shift meetings. This is also home to our kennel maps and dog walking list. Next, we have all the east wing kennel patios and safety gates, followed by the veranda, with 4 covered, exterior-only kennels. Finally, 10 unpaved outside yards are ordered alphabetically, clockwise from the southern cleaning gate here. The dogs and yards are accessed through the safety gates around the perimeter. Although they are often called play yards, the dogs live in yards A through J full-time because we don't have enough room for all the dogs in the inside kennels. Each day of the week is managed by a different dog care coordinator. They coordinate all dog handler scheduling and assignments, all dog health and behavioral issues, feeding, incident reports, and everything that happens in between. We are open to the public every day of the year, except Thanksgiving and Christmas, from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. There are 2 dog handler shifts. First shift works from 7 a.m. to 11 a.m., seldom dealing with the public. Second shift works during public hours from 10:30 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. If you're going to be absent, inform your coordinator immediately, and be sure to mark any planned absences on the calendar here in the sign-in area. If you need to leave your shift early, be sure to inform your coordinator at the beginning of your shift. First shift cleans, walks, and feeds, and if any time is left over, they socialize the dogs. Second shift finishes feeding, socializes, works with pet adopters, walks, and does a final cleanup. After hours, our 24/7 caretaker is available for any special needs that may arise. The way we take care of dogs at TALGV often differs from the way we take care of dogs at home. With dozens of dogs, hundreds of volunteers, and thousands of visitors to consider, safety is the basis of all our procedures. Every policy was established for a reason. Here are the strictest enforcers of our dog handler dress code. Not the dogs. The steel fences and gates. Dog handlers are required to wear sturdy shoes with socks, never sandals. We also recommend that you add further protection, wearing long pants, long sleeve shirts, and work gloves. Longer shorts may be worn by the brave, but tank tops and shorter shorts are prohibited. Finally, you'll be outside a lot, so we recommend that you come prepared with sunscreen, a hat, and sunglasses. To start your shift, you'll need your name badge, dog handler vest, and a safety whistle, which should be worn at all times while on duty. Always be sure to sign in, taking time to write the date and time you arrived. To get started, report to the coordinator to receive your assignment and get updated on everything that's changed. When you're new to an assignment, you'll probably be assigned to a mentor for job shadowing. Dogs are only allowed inside our hallways when the coordinator authorizes it. Dogs enter and exit their kennels through the safety gates, outside. Follow the procedure correctly, and there will never be an escape. Before opening a gate, ensure that all other gates to the safety area are closed. Only one gate should ever be open at a time. Also, only one dog or kennel mates are allowed in the safety area at a time. Even the way we open and close safety gates is important to prevent escapes. When opening any gate, always open it toward the dog for better control of the situation, but don't damage the snake gates by opening them inward. When closing a door or gate, check and double-check that it is securely closed, returning any locks or carabiners being used to secure it. Dog handlers only enter dog runs, kennels, or play yards on assignment from the coordinator. When you enter a safety area, dog run, or play yard, be very observant, locating the dog before entering and doing a critter check. Use air horns or water hoses to break up fights as necessary. Never use your body to break up a fight. Your whistle is the best way to call for urgent help. Regularly walk the fence to check for damage or holes in progress. To keep cleanup from getting out of hand, we continually clean the dog areas. Anytime you enter a dog area, scan it for cleanup and follow through. With hundreds of volunteers interacting with our dogs, it's important that we reinforce our dog commands by using a single, consistent vocabulary. Sit is obvious, but be careful not to confuse the other commands. Down doesn't mean get down, it means lie down. Off means get off of me. Leave it means ignore that food or ignore that dog. Watch means look at my face. Wait means pause while walking or leaving a room or kennel. Stay means remain in the current command. Every kennel is cleaned thoroughly every day. While the dogs are away from their kennels, walking, the cleaners are doing deep cleaning. First, the kennels are swept or vacuumed to remove hair and debris. Then the interior floors are mopped, and the exterior patios are hosed down. After this first pass, the cleaners sanitize the floors with a bleach solution. By the time the dog returns, the floors are clean and dried. The yards are also cleaned daily. Some shifts have a person designated to clean them, but often the person who walks the dog cleans the yard when they return from their walk. Poop is picked up and put in the metal can. Water buckets are cleaned and filled with fresh water. Igloos, bedding, and pools are cleaned as needed. The artificial turf and metal dividers between the yards should be hosed off periodically to remove urine. Soiled bedding is taken to the kitchen for laundry and replaced with something dog and weather appropriate. Report any holes or damages to the yard, fencing, or trees, and remove any hazards or foreign objects. Finally, we have to keep the hallways and all the other rooms clean too. Every day the halls, kitchen, bedroom, lobby, and other inside-only rooms are swept and mopped. Of course, accidents are cleaned up as they happen throughout the day. It's everyone's job to keep the area neat and clean. Cleanup is also a big part of signing out. Trash cans are located everywhere, and we need everyone to do their part to get all the trash out to the dumpster before leaving. Every dog wears a collar with a name tag and a TALGV ID tag. See your coordinator to replace any missing collars or tags promptly. The collar used for a dog's tags is not used for leashing. Every dog wears a choke chain when walking outside their enclosure. Based on each dog's walking capability, the choker is sometimes used in conjunction with an easy walk harness, or a 4-paws comfort control harness for smaller dogs. Dogs are leashed inside their kennel before proceeding to the safety area. First, command the dog to sit and stay. Facing the dog, form a P with the chain and slip the chain over the dog's head so that the choke chain is coming through the main link over the dog's right ear. Snug the chain up high under the jaw and back of the head. This is set up for a dog walking on our left side. Consistent leashing helps the dogs in their development and helps reduce stress. To use an easy walk harness properly, open the odd color buckle and slip the loop back over the dog's head, with the D-ring resting on the dog's chest. Then buckle the odd color strap under the belly behind the dog's front legs. Finally, attach the leash to both the choke chain and the harness in the front of the dog's chest. To use a 4-paws comfort control harness, slide the harness over the dog's head with the D-ring facing up and wrap the strap around the dog's chest. Then insert the buckle back through the nylon loop, adjust the length, and buckle the harness. Finally, attach the leash to both the choke chain and the harness D-ring on the dog's back. We walk the inside dogs at least twice a day, and the outside dogs once a day. The coordinator assigns which dogs are walked by which dog handlers. Before you get your dog, stock up on plastic bags and sign your name next to your dog's name on the walk list clipboard on the patio. You will only ever walk one dog at a time. Do not walk dogs near each other unless the dogs are kenneled together or your coordinator has approved the match. For safety and control, shorter leashes are preferred and retractable leashes are prohibited. Walk the dog on your left side with a short portion of the leash in your left hand, while securing the remainder of the leash in your right hand. Always keep 2 hands on the leash. We pick up any poop that we see when we're walking to protect our reputation and respect our neighbors' landscaping. Don't do any smoking or talking on the phone while walking. Walking is an important part of developing our dogs, so stay focused and pay attention to your dog and your surroundings. When approaching another leashed dog, maintain a safe distance, putting yourself between the dogs as you pass. The time and distance needed for each dog may vary. Ask for guidance if you need it. When returning with your dog, deliver poop to the dumpster or the metal buckets, and return your dog to his or her kennel, making sure to close the gate and secure it with a carabiner. Notify your coordinator of any unusual behavior, limping, or unusual poop. Feeding takes place throughout the day. Dogs are fed according to a specific recipe, so it's very important to deliver each bowl to the right dog. The food chart is used to prepare a unique recipe based on size, age, and health. That's why only dog handlers specifically designated by the coordinator are allowed to prepare and deliver food. We separate kennel mates during feeding to ensure that they get their meal without stress or food aggression. Even docile dogs display unpredictable behavior when food is involved, so be attentive. Water is topped off throughout the day as needed. Treats are the currency of our dog training economy. There is no such thing as a free treat. When the dogs realize that we all share the same resolve, our training works much faster and is more effective. Treats must be earned by good behavior and obedience. Treats are never to be used to gain favor or acceptance, except in certain circumstances, such as a very shy, scared dog, and only then when specifically instructed by your coordinator. Making dogs more adoptable is a very important aspect of our job as dog handlers. Be careful not to go against the message your entire team is working so hard to send by giving out meaningless treats. Dogs develop their human social skills only by contact with humans. To socialize the dogs, we brush them, pet them, talk to them, play lightly with them, or simply sit with them. Pay close attention to the dog's needs and help us document the social progress of the dog. While socializing the dog, inspect their health and report any issues with the dog's ears, fur, skin, or paws. Another huge part of being prepared is knowing how to comfortably and knowledgeably work with potential dog adopters. Feel out whether the visitor wants to be approached immediately. Even those who are just looking need to know that we will be happy to let them meet a dog when they're ready. Inviting them to get a dog handler when they're ready to meet a dog reminds visitors of what's posted on every door, but is sometimes ignored, that visitors are not allowed in kennel rooms without a volunteer. Ensure that parents remain present with their children at all times. Listen carefully to potential adopters and watch to see which dogs they're drawn toward. If you need to get a dialogue started, ask if they're looking for a male or female, and which size or breed they have in mind. You may ask which age range they have in mind, which is a subtle way to bring up our senior care program, with free vet care for life. In many cases, this levels the playing field, making mature dogs just as desirable to adopt as young dogs. Before introducing them to a specific dog, find out about their other pets, any children in the picture, and their lifestyle. Bearing in mind that all dogs deserve a chance for a home, we want to steer them toward the ones that best fit their personality and situation. But don't be pushy. We want adopting a dog at the Animal League of Green Valley to be a very pleasant experience for adopters and dogs. Help visitors get to know the dogs they show interest in. Share dog bios and other helpful information that you've picked up while getting to know the dogs. If the visitor narrows their interest to one or two dogs, get an adoption counselor involved to observe, discuss the dog's history in detail, and evaluate the qualifications of the adopter. Share any information you've learned about the adopter to help expedite the process. We recommend that potential pet adopters test the compatibility of their dog with the dog that they're considering adopting. To facilitate this, we often coordinate a meet and greet in the administrative wing to help the pet adoption process along. If the potential adopter is unable to find an on-site dog that they wish to adopt, introduce them to our Offsite Dogs. Dogs on this wall are either being boarded off-site or are staying with a foster family. Many of the dogs on the opposing wall are still with their original family, but need a new home in the very near future. Finally, our website is a great resource for browsing all our pets, both on-site and off. Before signing out, you'll need to report to the coordinator to let them know you're planning to leave and receive a quick end-of-shift assignment. Taking care of this many dogs produces a lot of trash, and we have to ensure it's emptied every day. We also need to refill the water, do a little maintenance here and there, hang all the chains and leashes up, lock and secure all the gates, and finally, perform a visual assessment of the dogs and their locations. Then sign out, and we'll see you next week. That's it. You are now an important part of saving lives in our community. We hope you'll share your volunteer experience at the Animal League with people you know and love. Every story encourages people to come and visit the pets, leading to adoptions, new volunteers, and support through donations of goods and purchases at the attic. We are extremely grateful for your effort and time. With each wag of the tail and every purr, they say thank you.